Let me just
So,
move closer.
yes.
Okay, good.
So I am Renu Mehta Chang, and this is
Yolanda Russo. We know each other so long that we know our names. It's just, I
yes,
guess there was like
yes.
handed over.
And we are here to talk about the importance of self care, the importance of not just looking good, but feeling good, and the balance between doing the internal work and also working on the insides for the outsides, for the glow. Right, Yolanda?
Yes. So I didn't say that I am a holistic skincare expert,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I talk about. I not only talk about the skin, but what's under your skin and what's in your heart and what's in your cells that is brewing and causing the disruption. Your skin always writes a story, and this is exactly why we need to be joining with Reinu, because she's going to help us with the heart part, and
Yes.
that's what she did for me. So that's why we're here helping you to navigate the self-care part, which is very difficult when you are thinking that only the surface needs to be adjusted. That means you go out and buy all these products, lotions and potions, and still look in the mirror and you're like, oh, what now?
Mm-hmm. And we got a comment from Colin. Thank you, Colin. This is for men and women. Self care is not just for women. I know that the society is saying, oh, only women, but it's for men too. We all want to look good and we all want to feel good. And what Yolanda's saying is so powerful because it's about what's inside us and doing all the clearing away of the self-limiting beliefs, the programs, looking at your energetics in your body and looking at the physiology in your body is important. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So please pop in your comments. Okay, I understand. Wonderful. So stick around, any of you males, because it's not just for females, it's for both.
Can I ask you to, guys, put your age in the, even if it's not exact, I need to know who I'm speaking to, so I will design this specifically for that age group.
Yeah, and I'd say Yolanda, it's probably between depending maybe 30s to 80s. So it's a big range.
Ooh, that's a big range.
It's a
I
big
want to
range.
see that. Do we see
But
the numbers?
yeah,
40, that's good.
40,
That
perfect.
helps.
Okay.
Hmm.
56, all right.
Beautiful. Okay.
Look, okay, pretty good.
So in that case, we're going to go there. Okay, good.
Yeah, anyone else? I'll tell you my age, everybody. I'm 47. Um, so I'm getting
Can
double
you?
sound on here with interference. You're getting double
Is it?
sound.
Okay, that's our mics. Can we
Thank you
see?
for saying that.
Can we
Okay,
sit a
we'll
little
separate.
farther?
Here, you come a little
Is
this
that?
way.
Is
Is
that?
that better? Thank you, guys. See, it's a team effort. Is that better?
Is that better? Is it still echoing?
If it's not echoing, then we won't. Just let us know. Thank you, Colin. Um, okay, so anyway, yeah, so about 40s, 50s, I'd even say 60s. But this is a good chunk of time when many people are starting to look at their lives in a different way. They're starting to look at what's been happening in their lives and they're getting and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're getting fatigued and tired of the way it has been. The lack of energy, the not feeling good in their bodies, and not liking how our face and our bodies age quite quickly. They say when you turn 40, everything kind of shifts and changes, and it's so true. And then when you turn 50, it gets a little more different. And then when you turn 60, it continues to go. So, and then 70s and then 80s. So we don't have to be by the clock. We can do it within ourselves and not be bound by what society is saying.
Great, great. I'm glad you are bringing this point because
It's good.
I hope it's not echoing anymore.
Yeah, if it is, let us know, guys. Keep it on. It's good.
Maybe I should hold it.
Okay.
I'm glad you're bringing this up because you're bringing the subject from the perspective of the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give you practical advice. And actually, there is no doom and gloom. We are
Mm-hmm.
universal creatures. We're humans and we regenerate every single day. You wake up in the morning and you have a chance to be somebody else, to be the better version of yourself. And why? Because there is trillions of cells.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't set the mind on how many. So let's just say 50 trillion cells in our body. And every second, millions are dying off and new cells are being produced. What does this mean? That means every second you have a chance to do better, to be better. And then if you are combined with energy person like Renew, I really appreciate her for what she has done for me because I can do my skincare, but when my heart or when my mind is not in par with the rest of it, it's not going to work. So all that works in tandem. So this is why when you go out on social media and you hear what Renew just mentioned, yeah, buy this, get this. It's doom and gloom coming at 40s, it goes
Mm-hmm.
downhill. This is depressing and this is taking the power away from
Mm-hmm.
you. That means it makes you unhappy. That means you overdoing things. That means your bathroom looks like graveyard of products half opened.
Yeah, and to add to what Yolanda's saying, which is so true, is that we give our power away. And really, every single day, you're so right. And I love that you brought that up, that we have trillions, like you said 500,000, but like trillions. Now
Yeah.
think about how many zeros that is, okay? Of cells that come and regenerate every single day. You have a chance to shift and change. It's not then, oh my gosh, I'm going from here and oh, now I have so much to catch up. It's every single day you can do it. And it's not just about the products you put on, it's about the inside. And I love that you brought that up because when I first started seeing Yolanda a couple of years ago, my face was, I mean, I don't know, it was all right. But she helped me because I do energy work, but she helped me to also get the balance within with the energy work. And it's been an incredible shift and change for me that people do ask me. They don't know how old I am. You guys now know, but people would say, oh, what are you in your 30s? I mean, the white hair gives a little bit of a different vibe, but it's because she's been guiding me to go also to work on the inside out, along with all the energy healing and stuff that we do.
Yes, and I will get to it a little later. The practical steps I'm gonna give you, like daily checker, just 4 letters. It's an acronym I created that you can follow, and then I guarantee if you do that, no matter how you are right now, what you're looking at, your reflection right now, it will improve. Yes, skincare is important, but don't overdo it. Don't go for miracle products and products that are celebrity endorsed because those are just yeah, okay, let's leave it there. So I do have my skincare line, but you don't have to go with mine. Mine is professional skincare line, but I want you to go and find a professional skincare line. Like some doctors have lines that are really Dr. Gross, who else? Peter Thomas. Yeah, you probably know those. So those are good lines. But anything else, just nice, pretty boxes. So don't do that.
And one of the things that I learned from Yolanda is people do try to scare you. So a couple years ago, I was at a store and they said, you need a sunblock. I said, oh yeah, I do need a sunblock. I wear sunblock every single day, except in the winter time to get that vitamin D. But I do, I wear sunblock on my face and my hands. And this woman, and Yolanda and I have said to me over the years, you just need, 45, 50, nothing too crazy. Just put it on your face and your neck. And some woman convinced me to buy a 70 SPF, and it was like $90, but she scared me. She scared me, was like, you have to do this. It's,
Mhm.
and I thought, oh my God, here, because I didn't know what to do.
You didn't know.
I was a little nerved.
Yeah.
And especially because the sun and the sun damage, we know that. And I've experienced that because I've had sun damage a couple years ago that is still slowly healing. So the sun can be quite detrimental to our skin, especially mature skin, because we're mature. And that's something you have to be conscious of. But with that being said, she scared me and I spent all this money. And then I saw Yolanda and she's like, you don't need that. You need this. And it's like at the retailer, like pharmacy, you can get it for $15.
Yes. So so
Excuse me.
if we want to touch on sunscreens, her skin is a little pigmented,
Mhm.
unlike mine. I get less sun damage actually than she would pick up the sun. So that's why it's important to wear sunscreens.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be overdoing with the sunscreens. First of all, any level after 50 SPF 50, it's useless. It
Mhm.
doesn't work. Only 50 is what you should be looking at. But even 50 for me is too strong. 45 is enough. Um, so the level of SPF is important, but also the timing. If you look at your phone, there is a weather on the first page of your phone. There is weather app. On the weather app, if you touch it, it shows the weather and it shows all the details. And if you scroll down to UV index, air quality, sunset, humidity, visibility, and pressure. I missed the UV index. Oh, here. No, participant. Okay, I missed UV index. I have no idea where that is, but it shows you exactly UV at the moment. So anything below 3, you shouldn't be using sunscreen. And why? Because you need the vitamin D that comes from the sun. This is nature's medicine. Vitamin D is more than just vitamin D. It's almost like a hormone for the body. Every cell in your body needs vitamin D.
Mhm.
And if you slather the sunblocks, I think this is a way. If you slather the sunblocks and lots of sunscreen on yourself, and you prevent the vitamin D from absorbing, even if you take the supplements, it's not the same. So take advantage of the morning sun and the sunset, around the sunset. So 2 hours after the sunrise, 2 hours before sunset, this is your window of opportunity to get the sun on your face and your body if you wanted to without the risks. So there we go. I do not go into the sun in the afternoon because first of all, I don't want to put that sunscreen is chemicals, unfortunately. So if you can avoid it, just stay in. Don't go in the midday on the outside. If you already have sun damage, like Reinu mentioned, it will always resurface when you're exposed to sun. So that's fine. Just knowing that, put the sunscreen on when you are in the sun, that it's like around noon until 4 o'clock.
Yeah. And also, of course, as we talk about, wearing things like a hat and sunglasses and all
Yeah.
that, and then using sunblock and then in the winter time where we live, it's the UV index is 1. So there's no recommendation for that. So we could go outside and midday and get some natural vitamin D. But I love that you brought that up because the truth is that that's again working with your body and working with nature to help yourself heal and help your skin and get the nutrients that you need. Talking about nutrients and talking about energy work, when you are in this new realm of spiritual awakening, which is you are because you're here listening to us, and you watch, if you watch or follow me, and you're going to watch and follow Yolanda, you know that it's all about the being. It's all about us. We are, and if this gets, well, I'm just going to say it, we are all divine creators in physical form, as Yolanda said. We are all a part of God, right? Our souls. And so we have the ability to shift and change our bodies to what we want. And we just have to do a couple things on the physical realm, like the proper creams and the nutrients and what you're going to talk about, your acronym. But doing those things can actually shift and change dramatically the way you look and the way you feel, because it's not just about what you look to everyone else, that reflection. It's really what you feel and how you feel that then shifts and changes your reflection in the mirror to yourself. Does that make sense?
It does, but it goes a little deeper than that, because what you appear in a mirror to yourself uh, might be good or bad, whatever your decision is. Usually, we are very critical of
Mm,
ourselves, but re- go back and remember the best day of your life, whether it was a wedding, whether it was a graduation, or a best vacation day, or maybe a childbirth. Whatever it was, your skin was glowing
mm,
without any cream.
mm,
Why? Because your energy radiates from the inside. So when we talk about the skin, when you are on my table, I sense your energy. And if you're not breathing, I ask you to take a deep breath and exhale what's
mhm,
holding you back,
mm,
because that is the basis of your cells breathing. If you're not breathing, no matter my best cream is not going to help you. So this is why I want to bring this out, and this is why you should go into nature, find a big tree, old tree, wise tree, and lean against it. Release the stresses that you're holding on to, because life is stressful and it's going to be stressful. We just have to manage it. And that's why Renew is such a resource.
mm.
So I hope she's going to be teaching us a lot on those videos on this channel.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I love that point because grounding into nature is huge. If did you know that the studies have been proven that if you go into nature for 20 minutes and you're barefoot on grass, and if you want to hug a tree, you can do that too, you actually can decrease stress by 80%. They have done studies, small studies, but there's evidence that shows that your stress level can decrease. And also this inflammatory responses in our physical bodies. So just being in nature and breath work, the oxygenation of your breath coming into parts of your body, especially parts where you don't normally breathe into, which are parts that we have stagnant energy, not just in our chakras, which are those energy centers in our body, but just in muscles, in our fascia, just the way we sit, our posture. If you don't get the breath work in there, then all of that just gets lack of that oxygenation, all that blood, and then it stays stuck in us. And that turns into dis-ease. And that dis-ease can turn into disease. So it's all related. It's just, what Yolanda said, is just sitting in nature for 10 to 20 minutes barefoot, feeling the energy of Mother Gaia around you is just powerful in itself. And if you could do breath work there, that's great. You could just calm yourself because the breath work also works with the vagus nerve, which is the largest nerve in the body, but that's the nerve that works our central nervous system, regulates our body. Fight or flight, the sympathetic system, parasympathetic, the rest and digest. That nerve has been heightened for many of us because we live in a society where, as Yolanda's saying, we're stressed. We're stressed when we have to go to the grocery store. Then we got to go to this. We got to do that. We got a meeting. We got this. We get alive. We got all these things. So our bodies are so used to being like this that we don't know how to be like this. and how to breathe. So I love you brought that up. The breath work is huge.
Yes, and that might be overwhelming for many of you because you're busy, you have kids, you have profession that requires you constantly being on. Self-care or relaxation or the breath doesn't mean you have to become a Buddha,
A yogi.
yogi, or
Yeah.
whatever, guru. You don't have to. It takes, just spend a little, maybe 10 minutes in the morning on yourself, and in the afternoon remind yourself to take a deep breath, have some water, and just stretch out. Same before you go to bed. That's it. So you don't have to feel that you can't possibly find that time, because you can. It just requires a little prioritization, so
Mm-hmm.
you can.
Mm.
So
And I would even say, actually, in one of my shorts a couple weeks ago, I shared a really simple technique. May I share it right
I
now?
love your techniques.
Oh, well,
Yes.
thank you. It's a very simple technique. One of the things you can do is you can just sit up tall. You can take a deep breath. You can keep your eyes open or your eyes closed. And you can imagine, as you inhale and exhale, beautiful white light coming into your physical body. And you're using your imagination so you can sense, see it. If you have vision, if not, you pretend you see it and feel it coming in through all the cells of your body, coming in especially into the areas of your body that you have pain, that you don't necessarily give the love to. And just watch that white light come and clear through from your head to your toe. And it's just clearing out everybody else's stuff, clearing out all the things you're holding, all the stresses, the worries, the fears, the anxieties, the health stuff, all of it, just clearing it away as you inhale and exhale. And then when you're done, you can do, and this is an extra thing I'm adding, which is you can take your fingers and snap, and you can say, I'm clearing my energetic field by snapping 3 times in front of you and behind you. And that's it. It's such a simple technique, but just doing something that short, that was what, 2 minutes? If you had the time to do the 10, you could do it. But if you don't, you could just do something that's small and short, but it grounds you. It brings you back to being embodied, because majority of us are not embodied. Our souls are floating around our physical bodies because our bodies are so dense. There's so much that we're contending with inside. But to be here on this earth in this time, in this 3D realm, in this free will realm, we want to be embodied. We want to experience it here because there's so much joy and happiness and pleasure and feeling. That's why we're here.
yes, we are disconnected from our bodies for sure. Now, because I teach the special routine or even ritual of cleansing, moisturizing, and face massaging, it takes about 2 minutes in the bathroom each morning and at night. This breath work that was just demonstrated, even if it's just imagining the light and you're just washing your face and closing your eyes, you can combine these two,
Mm-hmm.
and that's to your benefit. Because if you wash your skin, most people, uh, tell me the truth. You can put it in a comment. Are you running into the shower, washing your body, your hair, and rinsing your face, and that's all what there is? If you do that, your skin is never going to glow. The skin needs to, you need to get into the pores, deep into the pores of the skin with the cleanser. The cleanser must be light, but you need to love your skin. So when you spend the time and you do your breath work while you're doing it, you do these two things at the same time, and you connect with yourself. You become present. And this is the only way to get you looking healthy. So there is more to that, but if you just start there, you will win this race. And then you can always communicate with us later on, and my channel is Your Face Story, so you can go there and I'll be teaching you there.
Yeah. Well, we have time, so why don't you go into your process?
Okay.
I'd love to have everyone to learn this.
Okay, good. So you understand that energy work is very, very important. Energy releasing, the stress
Mhm.
release is so important. I can't touch your face with any magic tool if you are stressed out. I just can't do it. I am a holistic practitioner. I work with the whole body, not just your skin. Because if you notice, if you just put a cream on your face and lots of makeup, you look good for a minute, but then it fades out. It's because your skin reflects what's inside of you, what's inside here. And this is why it's important to have her free course, I love, and all the tools that she gives us. So now let's talk about your face. It doesn't matter where you are on the scale. If you are 4 years old and over, let's talk about this. Your skin changes. You notice that the jawline widens.
Mm.
You become a little different. You're not like used to be shaped, um, like narrow down. And that is because you're stressing out and you're holding your breath and you clenching your teeth at night, maybe even during the working hours. This is why. So the first thing is to start breathing.
Mhm.
And then, if you ever have watched a cat waking up in the morning, stretching the jaw, I want you to practice that. That is simply looking like this. And you feel the tension. So make not wide, not this way. If you do this while you're driving, let's say, nobody sees you, nobody's going to make fun of you. But if you are in the office, you can do this for a second and take a deep breath. This will stretch this little muscle, the TMJ, on both sides. It will help you to avoid headaches, but also it will elongate the face to bring you back to its original shape. Repeat it often until you don't feel the tension. So that's
And
my tip for.
yeah, and I'm going to add to that. So, as a physical therapist by trade, one of the things that Yolanda's saying is so important too is when you are maintaining that open, wide, mid mouth posture. So, the right? The O, it's kind of like an O a little bit.
Yeah.
You're allowing more oxygenation to come into that muscle. You're allowing it to, you're breathing now. So breath, oxygen, blood, and you're releasing any tension because majority of us do, you're right, have tight TMJs. I can't tell you how many clients that come in that I see them in person or if I see them over the computer where I can feel the tension right here. And that's because we all do grind our teeth.
Yeah.
We all keep our shoulders up, and then all the muscles in your neck get tight, all your scalenes, all the sternocleidomastoid, all these musculature here, and then it affects and it attaches here at your mandible and your maxilla, these bones here. So that makes so much sense. But another thing you can do is while if you're driving, you can't do this. But if you're at home and as Yolanda said, you're just doing that practice of keeping your mouth open, you can also add, I'm going to teach you a little energy healing trick. You take two fingers, you put into that posture right there, and you'll feel the tension in your body. And then you just gently place your fingers on top. And it's like it's like a dime. That's how much pressure you're putting on. That coin, you're just putting gently feel your fingers slowly seeping into your face, and then you will be able to do some energy work on that actual muscle in that actual area to release any of that tension also. So it's a twofer. It's blood work, it's blood coming in, oxygenation, and it's working on that spot.
And how do I know that? Earlier on in my life, I suffered from horrendous migraines. I'm sure many of you are experiencing headaches and other things, and the shape of the face is just secondary. It changes because you become wide. So when I suffered from those migraines, I did not know what I know now. This is why I'm teaching you the whole body self care in order for you to look good, look younger, reverse skin aging naturally. It's possible. This is what I've learned. This muscle, the pressure, the stress that I was holding on to, I was just clenching my jaw, and it was creating tension, so there was no oxygen, there was no blood flow, and it's right here by the ear. So that means everything got congested. And that means I was very sick. Not only sick, but I looked sick. I looked older than I was then. So I know from firsthand that this was the reason that I learned later. This was the reason for my migraines. So if you are suffering from headaches or migraines for that matter, just listen to Renew and get her courses. There is a free course there that is so powerful. You can just pick one thing and learn it and apply to your routine, daily routine, and benefit from it. So now, if you wanted to know why, so your face shape changes because of stress, right? So now holding you a little long. So if you're ready, I can now guide you through my daily checker that has helped me to overcome my migraines and then return to my vitality. I can share that with you. Anything else you want to add before I?
No, that's good.
Yeah.
And then I'll add parts to it. But I think what Yolanda is going to teach you is really huge because it goes in conjunction with making sure that our bodies are balanced within so that we can be radiant without. Right. When we go and we show everyone, it's all about what's happening inside us. When you feel good, when you have energy, when you are full of vitality and energized. And by the way, that's all one little trick to before she says it is every morning before, because your mind, your body, that interconnection with your soul is so powerful. And you have the ability to shift and change the way you approach your day just by saying some affirmations. So one of the things that I do every morning before I get up was when I'm laying in bed, when I do that, I do my own clearing of other people's energy. I put a golden ball around myself. I have a free spiritual awakening kit. That's what she's talking about. That is in the description. I'll put in the description box. But when I open myself up every morning and I do my golden ball, not only do I do what Yolanda's talking about, I also then do there's a dog coming. So if you hear the little, that's him, her. I say affirmations and I just sit and I lie in bed and I say, I am energized and full of vitality. I am energized and full of vitality. And I repeat it over and over. And you can say it aloud because your voice, the frequency of your voice is actually healing for your body and it helps augment and boost your prana, your life force. If you don't want to say it out loud because you have a partner next to you, you don't want to wake anyone, you can say it in your mind. You just say over and over again, I am energized and full of vitality. That shifts your frequency. It's so simple, but it is so powerful. So try that. And then here's your nope.
Yeah, no problem. So yes, whatever you say to yourself, you become. So just remember that, because even if you don't feel you're energized, you're vital, you're happy, doesn't matter. Just repeat to yourself something that will make you feel good. You might not say happy because happy is nowhere to be found in this world, but joyful is a good word, right? So just find yours.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point. You know, the words I am really looks at you at your identity level. So when you hear people saying I am so tired or I can't do this or I'm not good at this or all those things, you're literally reprogramming your subconscious mind to be that what you have just said. So when you tell yourself, I am energized, I am full of vitality, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. And then slowly those programs start to shift and change for what you're reprogramming to be the actual way that your body is presenting itself into the world.
And it may take a
I
while.
was just going to say,
Yeah.
it's not
Doesn't
overnight,
happen.
but you do it over and
Yeah.
over. And I'm not talking years. We're talking about a short period of time.
Yeah.
But to train your subconscious mind, and you can do it before you go to bed, you can listen to some audio files, you can listen to some meditations, but you can shift at an identity level with these affirmations. That's why be conscious of the words you say. If you say, I am tired, lo and behold, you're going to be tired. But if you say, I am energized, you will be energized and it will be palpable from people around you.
Yes, find your own words that will elevate you by one notch. You don't have to say you're a millionaire when you're not. So you know what I'm saying. So just get
But
there.
I'm actually going to say, I would actually beg to differ. I would say if you want that and you want to achieve that,
Yeah.
that energy of that, like I am joyful, I am happy, I am
Yes,
peaceful.
those are neutral words, yes. But sometimes when we measure too high, we then don't believe.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true. You have to believe what you're putting out there. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
You can't go like you're right. If you're making $60,000 and you want to be a millionaire, but you say it, but deep down within you, you don't feel that resonance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be there.
It's not.
Great
So
point.
that's why I said goes one step at a time.
Yeah. I mean, I would say maybe go to something that feels comfortable in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say like joyful,
yes,
then I think that, or I'm content, or I am joyful with the present. I don't know. Anything.
I always say tomorrow is another day. So whenever you have a bad day and you're trying to get yourself out of that, just know that tomorrow there is another day to start, another day of your cells regenerating the energy, and you have the opportunity to change that right after this good night sleep. So go to bed on time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Sleep is huge because that's when your body heals. Also, your soul travels and it goes into the astral realm. And so when your soul is traveling, it's working on helping you to become the version that you want. So your soul does work while you sleep. Your physical body is resting, but your soul is doing work behind the scenes.
Yes, it recycles everything that happened, right? Okay, so let me get you to the practical part of it. That's what I've learned when I was overcoming my migraines and my skin aging conditions. Okay, so it was a lot to remember. It was a lot to tackle. So I created a system that is only 4 letters, NOPE, and I'm going to go into it. I recommend you do the same. Just put yourself stickers all over kitchen, your bathroom, your office. Put NOPE on it. And every day, every morning, every afternoon, every night, you're going to make a check mark next to one of these letters to see if you have done everything you possibly can to stay healthy, to be happy, and have everything that your body, give the body what it needs. Okay, my dog is doing its thing. Okay, so N stands for nutrition. If you don't feed your body, your cells, with the right nutrition, which is the greens, the reds, the hydration, and then you don't feed your skin with the nutrition, you just shower it off in 2 seconds and you're hoping it's going to get good. It's not. So N stands for nutrition. And this is the first N that in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night you should be looking at.
It's okay.
Oh
It's
my
okay.
God, my dog
The dog is wanting to pet me. It's okay.
So nutrition is the first thing. So I was lacking nutrition. Obviously, many of us are not thinking of it, but nutrition is life energy, life force to our cells.
Mhm.
The second letter is O. What we just talked about earlier, it's oxygen. When you're holding your breath, you're not recycling, you're not removing the toxins, you're not exhaling the stresses, and your cells are not exhaling the accumulation of the world around it. So the energy, that's what I mean. So oxygen is the second letter of the NOPE. So breathe, get yourself to even go while you're driving or while you're going to the bathroom. Take a couple deep breaths and exhale really deeply. That's
Mhm.
important.
Yeah, because majority of us breathe from our chests. We don't breathe from our bellies. And so a simple technique you can do.
You should see my dog. She loves, oh my God.
Her head's on my lap. So you can just take one hand on your heart. Oops, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and you can feel into the breath that you're doing and to focus and to remind yourself to breathe into those spots, because majority of us use our accessory muscles to breathe. We don't really breathe from our bellies, and that belly breath, that's so important because that's really getting a full deep
Come on,
breath.
come.
Oh my God.
So sorry. Oh my God. Okay,
Hi.
that wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
Okay, she's all over Ringo. Okay. That must be her energy. It's unbelievable. Gabby's usually good, but not today.
She's
So,
great.
yes, so deep breath and exhale is more important actually than in, because you're exhaling
The
the
toxins,
toxins.
the stresses, everything that you're holding, you are releasing. Yes.
So that's the second letter. And you see how easy it is. You just put a sticker on NOPE and you will know you've done everything you possibly could have done for you to be healthy. The third letter is a P, posture. Many of
Very
us are
important.
sitting, slouching, and looking down, and then we complain about double chin. That's exactly how double chin happens. It's not genetics. It's not you're doomed because you gain weight. No, it is the way you sit, the way you look at the keyboard, the way you look at the phone. And
Mhm.
of course, if you're lying down and looking at the phone on the bed, you will get lines on the neck and you will get double chin. So to avoid that, keep your posture erect. If you're looking at the computer, make sure it's 90 degrees to the keyboard. Make sure you're looking this way. If you need to retrain yourself to have a good posture, put a piece of paper or put a book on your head and try to work with it for a couple minutes. That's how you're going to retrain yourself.
Yeah, and I haven't actually, as a PT, I have a great tip on an exercise for you to work on your double chin or your head. Because majority of people, what happens is our posture, we get kyphotic. So that means that if you can see me, we kind of start to slouch from our thoracic, from our mid back spine. And then we start to slouch like this because we're on our computers all day. And then we lift our heads up. So our posture is terrible. We want to, I'm going to give you a quick way to check your posture. So everyone, Yolanda, you do it too. Gabby, you're relaxed. You're going to just relax down into terrible posture. So you do it, right? We're all relaxed. It's awful. It feels terrible if you sit here for a long period of time. Then you're going to sit up tall and you're going to bring your shoulders all the way back and you're going to bring them all the way back and your head back. And then you're going to back off just a little bit. So back off means you're just going to relax that just a little bit. That is how you can find good posture. You want to make sure you're not arching in your back too much. You want to make sure that your head is not too forward. You want to just be as neutral as you can. And a trick is to know if when you're finding the good posture is to go stand by a wall. And if your head is not touching the wall when you're standing up, that means your head is forward or your shoulders are forward. So you want to try to make sure your head is touching. Now, if it doesn't, you don't want to do this. I'm going to give you another little exercise. You stand at the wall, you take two fingers and you put it on your chin. You bring your head down just a bit. and pretend I have a wall here. Yep, that's right, Yolanda. You push and you make a double chin. It looks good. You
Mhm.
see that? So you just push your head into the wall. And what ends up happening is you're strengthening all those muscles behind your neck, the ones that give you the strain and the stress when you're driving or when you're in bed and you're looking at your phone, all of that. That will help to decrease this forward head position where we're getting all the headaches and the stress and the pain. And it will help you get a more neutral, aligned posturing.
Yes, so not only that you will improve your
Mm-hmm.
neck here, you will not have the pain on the back of the neck.
And also a lot of, not men, but many women have something called like a bump on the back of their neck. That's called the Dowager's bump. And that's from bad posture and from lack of oxygenation in that area. So if you do this exercise where I just taught you, the chin tuck, it will also help decrease the pain in that area and also will help oxygenate and get rid of that big bump behind your neck.
Yes, so you see how easy it is to remember, but you need the checkpoints. Like you need the stickers because it's hard to remember. I could never remember on my own, so I had to have that lead guide that I could see. Okay, I did that. I did that. I did that. I'm good. So the last one is exercise. So you got to move. Many of us are sitting at the computer
Mm-hmm.
and then sitting at another situation. So we're always sitting. And not so many people have time during the day to go out and walk. So you can walk in the morning before you sit down, or you can walk in the evening. And another way of moving would be vibration plate. If you have
Mm-hmm.
a way of getting yourself vibration plate in between work, especially when you work from home or when you have kids and you have to watch them, just get on a vibration plate just so your cells, all the 50 trillion cells, are moving. That gives you the blood circulation that is necessary for every organ in the body, including all the cells that are going to die off and new cells are coming in. That's where the radiance is coming from. So that's the exercise. But in addition to this, when it relates to the skin, when you're cleansing your skin, I want you to rub the skin with your fingertips. Just rub it. Rub it for 30 seconds. Rub it for a little longer neck when you have a little double chin. Rub it. It's all with the cleanser. You don't need special magic potion to exercise your skin. You just roll the fingers on with the cleanser. Never tug this dry skin. Never do that because that will actually make micro tears. So body movement and the skin movement, the neck, will give you the boost of energy and it will start firming the skin,
And I
right?
wanted to add, by the way, there are studies that have been done with the vibration plate where it actually reduces it actually reduces cellulite. So if you're just standing and you can be on your vibration plate, if you don't have one, they have them on Amazon. There's some different products, but that's a great one. But also, even another thing I actually want to say with the exercise, if you do have a lot of time sitting at your desk, you can do one setters. So every hour you can stand up and just do one sets of maybe wall squats or squats, or if you have weights, push-ups, press-ups with your 5 pound weights. Just do one set every hour, one set of 10. And then you go back and do your work. And then the next hour, you put a timer on your clock. You're like, oh, here is my one setter. And then you go back to do your squats, or you go back to do your press ups, or you do push-ups, or you do 8-minute abs, or whatever it is. You do 30-second abs. Do something, because majority of us, when we get into the rhythm, which is wonderful for work, but sometimes, let's be real, the flow state is really about 2 to 3 hours in a day. So sometimes when we're working, we're kind of just farting around a little bit. So we have the ability to do this exercise to boost us, to get our adrenaline going, to get us back into the flow state. So movement is also really important, just to help the overall body. It's not just about nutrition and about the body and the being, but it's that mind, body, spirit beauty organization. It's everything together.
So for me, the easiest way to implement the breath exercising and movement was every time I got up and went to the bathroom or to the kitchen, I saw a door frame. I just leaned on the door frame and I stretched my shoulders. I took a deep breath and exhaled, and I kept moving back and forth and I kept going. So, this is a good trick to start yourself on that path, because it might be difficult to just go into all this when you're not doing it. So
True.
the NOPE formula, if it's on your stickers and everywhere, and then you just see the door frame, repeat that, stand by the window, actually by the wall, as Reinu mentioned, just keep your body straight. Yeah, those are simple tricks that you can do, and they will influence the way you look for sure. So, the nutrition, if you remember, for the skin was good products, but not products alone. It is combined with the rest of the nutrition.
And don't forget hydration.
Yes,
Where is
that
that? Hydration.
part of the nutrition, yes.
Water hydrating is so important, and trying to do clean water. You want to try not to do too much bottled water, because bottled water, there's so many chemicals from the plastics. If you can get a filter in your house, I use a Berkey filter. I love that. Some people have reverse osmosis. That's incredible. But you want to use clean water for yourself and drink and hydrate as much as possible. I have a debate with someone in my life where they believe that drinking decaffeinated coffee is good enough. And I was thinking, water is actually the best thing to do. I'm not against coffee. I'm not against decaf coffee. I'm not against tea. But if you have that, have that for sure. But throughout the day, really hydrating will make you feel more invigorated, will give you that suppleness in your skin, in your body, in your being. Your muscles will feel more relaxed. The energy through your body will flow because you feel lighter. Because with the nutrition part, and I didn't say this before, and I'm sorry, but to add, watching the foods that you eat with less preservatives, more whole foods, is a way to get you to feel lighter also, and to be radiant.
Yes, so water is important. So if you're noticing wrinkles on your skin, you're really not looking at wrinkles, you're looking at dehydrated skin. So start there. That's
Yeah.
that's our tips for today. I know we kept you a little long, but I
Yeah.
hope you benefited from it.
Yeah, and let's see. Anybody have any questions? We have time, so
Okay.
we'd love to ask. If anyone has any questions to ask Yolanda or myself,
Mhm.
let us know. I know there's a delay. And by the way, thank you to all of you that are here. Lofty Bread. My eyes are getting older.
You want to bring
Chanty
it
will. No,
closer?
it's a good. I know that's Colin right there. How interesting too. Anyone else have anything? Any comments? Oops. Oh boy, I lost the comments. How do I get back? There it goes. Oh, there it goes. Anyone saying anything? Aged skin. Okay, so Colin is asking anything for aged skin.
Explain what is aged skin. What do you mean?
Skin that is maybe more, that's older. I think Colin said he is 77.
77, and your skin has wrinkles, on thick folds. Is that what it is? Can you explain?
Well, while we're waiting for the chat. Oh, yeah. Elbows, neck.
Okay, so Colin, if you're 77, it doesn't matter your age. Your skin needs to be exfoliated. How do you exfoliate at home?
No, just specific places. Okay.
How do you exfoliate? It doesn't matter specific places or not, but I'm assuming it's wrinkles or like crepey skin, like sluggishness on the skin. It is exfoliation. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 80, same thing applies. It's just that if you haven't done exfoliation for 70 years, it's going to take you a little bit longer to scrub it. A treatment in a facial room called microdermabrasion will get you done so fast. Your wrinkles will be history. But if you're at home and you're not knowing what to do, start with lemon juice. It's going to burn a little bit. Just do it every day. Just cleanse the skin first, then put the lemon juice, let it burn a little bit. It's going to get a little pinkish. Remove this after about 2 minutes. Moisturize. Do this every single day. If the wrinkles are folds are really deep, you can one day use lemon and the next day you can use uh, baking powder. Baking powder. Put it in a cleanser and just scrub it. Don't be harsh, just very gentle. In a week, you will notice you look better. So imagine what you're going to look like in 2 weeks.
And I'm going to add something. I don't know if you do this, Yolanda, but this is one of the things that I do with my products, whatever I use. I take the product in my hand and I infuse the frequency of what I want that product to do. So if I want more hydration or I want to decrease the spots of dark spots, for example, I will take this product in my hand, I will close my eyes, and I will send the frequency. And this works for everybody that I've ever taught this to. It works. I ask them, I tell that product, I'm putting in the frequency of decreasing the dark spots or decreasing the lines or hydrating the face into whatever product it is, or protecting my face from the UV lights for sunblock, whatever, and then putting that on. So you set, not only are you using the product, but you're setting your frequency, the intention into that product. And that is also very powerful. And you want to believe that because it actually does make a difference. It's all about the feeling and believing.
It is true because every facial that I do,
Mm-hmm.
I do set the intention. Everything I do with the skin, I set the intention for this product to do whatever I want that product to do, and the results are amazing. Everyone who leaves my facial room is amazed. That is because I set my intention. I don't mechanically apply things and hope for the best. So yes, Reinu is very right. So if you can do that, start somewhere, but if you can do that, absolutely. What else can we
We
answer?
have one more question is, my skin isn't bad for my age. What about E45 products?
What's E45? That's a brand probably.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
Well,
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't know
anyway,
about the
yeah.
brand, but tell me about the skin and how I can assist you with just the skin.
Okay.
What is it that you want to improve?
And anyone else have any questions? We're here to answer them. And otherwise, while we wait, Colin is saying thank you. And we're just saying thank you, guys. This is fun. And thank you, Yolanda. This was so informative. And remember, you can be radiant. You can do anything you want to do. You set your intention and you do the nope, and you really work on clearing out the unwanted programs and stagnation in your body, and you will be a radiant being as you were meant to be.
The goal of my conversation with you was to give you the power back because you have that power.
Mm-hmm.
Don't listen to social media and all these influencers, the feeds that you come across your portals, that you can't do anything about it, you're just aging. It's all false. It's all meant to program your brain to
Mm-hmm.
feel that you need something outside of you to help you. So
So
there we
true.
go.
It's all within us.
Mhm.
You are a divine creator in physical form. You can do it. You can be what you want to be.
Yes.
And thank you, Yolanda. This was so informative and
Yes.
wonderful. And thank you guys who are here. And for those of you watching the replay, so hoping to hear comments from you guys. So thank you all so much. And until next time,
Okay.
sending love and joy and peace to you all. Bye for now.
Good. So I didn't say where